Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. Okay. So wages and salary, you will find this. And where's my drawing feature? I want the black pen. Okay, wages and salary. You will only find this in your where's that doing that? CBP. Okay. I mean, you can also find it in your PCJ if you want to pay your people with money from your petty cash account. It's up to you, but you will usually find it in your CBP. All right, let's go look. CBP, wages and salary. Here we have wages and salary there. We don't have any more wages and salaries as far as I can see. And here we do have salaries and wages in your PCJ on the 29th. Okay, so which one came first? Okay, they both came at the same time, so I'll start with whichever one. So I'll start with both of them. So this wages and salaries, no, there's no wages and salaries. This one came on the 21st, so this one came first. Okay, so this wages and salaries, the contra account here is bank. Okay, so under my wages and salaries, like I'm gonna debit my wages and salaries T account, right? And then I'm gonna debit it with this amount coming from my bank account. That's my contra account, right? And then the PCJ one, when I debit this amount, my contra account will be petty cash. Okay, let's go to my T account now. And make that black. And there you have it. So from bank on the 25th, CBP, 7,200. And then on the 29th, salaries and wages, PCJ, 500 Rand. If you want reference, here it is, 7,200 and the 500 over there. So your full wages and salaries account is 7,700 Rand. That's how much it's worth. And I'm gonna go over there and input that amount in there. So now my trial balance for that one is complete. All right, next one. We have postage and stationery. Again, you'll find this CBP, PCJ, you know the works. So all these are expenses. Now these are all expenses as you're going here. We are done with income. So you're gonna only find this in your CBP or your PCJ, okay, or both, or just the one, yeah. So postage and stationery is the second one. So let's go to our CBP. CBP, we do have postage and stationery on the 29th. That's all the postage and stationery we have. And then on the PCJ, postage and stationery, we do have, there it is, that 119 there at the end of the month. Contra account, petty cash over here for the 119. Contra account for the 29th over here for the 487 is going to be your bank account. Okay, let's go over here. Postage and stationery, make that black, and there you have it. 487.65. Contra account is bank. Petty cash 119. Total amount of your postage and stationery is 606 Rand. Go to my trial balance. There's something I forgot to do on that. Okay, I'll do it now when I give you guys work to do. I wanted to remove 606 Rand and 78 cents. I want to remove either the session on Blackboard or to write go to Teams as a way of directly. I'll just do that now. Where's my cursor? Okay. The next one is rates and taxes. Okay, again, you'll find this in your CBP. There's a chance you'll find it in your PCJ. Let's look at the PCJ. PCJ rates and taxes, there is nothing, okay? No rates and taxes there. CBP, rates and taxes, of course there is, right there. Rates and taxes, that is the only one as far as I can see. Contra account is your bank account, okay? Now let's go over here. Make that black. Bank account, CBP 874. Go to my trial balance. Rate and taxes 874. Okay. Then rent expense. Obviously, this one again, CBP could be in the PCJ as well. Could not. CBP rent expense is over here. Okay, there is no other rent expense that I can see. So this is for 3,347 rent. Contra account is still bank account. So contra account for all of these is going to be my bank account. And there we have it there, 3,347 rand and 83 cents. Okay, and I'm going to go to my trial balance and put that in there. All right, moving on. Bank charges, CBP as well. We'll just check PCJ just in case. Obviously not there. Wait, what am I looking for? Bank charges. So let me just make sure they're not here because I forgot what I was looking for. Okay, so bank charges over here from All Shore Bank. My contra account is still bank account, like I said. So that's for 98 rand and 26 cents. And I'm going to put that in there with my contra account being bank account. All right. Then I'm going to go to my trial balance and charges, and I'm going to put that amount in there. All right. Then fuel is the next one. Fuel can be in, is going to be in CBP, can be in PCJ as well. There we go. Fuel on the 26th, 300 rand. Fine, CBP, do we have fuel? Nope, we have no fuel under my CBP, so just PCJ. So here's fuel, contra account is my petty cash, okay, 300 rand. Zero rated supply. Petty cash, PCJ, 300. Come here to fuel and put that amount in there. So that's my trial balance. And we've really done my staff refreshments. So that's the trial balance. That is what's going to be in the test. You will be asked to do, what is this thing? You will be asked to do your journals. You will be asked to do your journals, your CBP, your CBR. In fact, let me open another sheet. And we're not done. You'll be asked to do your journals. Let me just adjust the screen. So your CBP, CBR, and PCJ only. You will be asked to do your general ledger accounts. Or T accounts. Just know the full formal name, general ledger accounts, because that's what they'll be called. And I don't need to explain what T accounts is, but what I will do is put an example over there. All right. Then you will be asked to then take this to the trial balance. So you'll be asked for a trial balance. And if you're given a trial balance at the beginning of the month, say you're given a trial balance and you have a sales balance at the beginning of the month, say it's 300,000. When you open your sales T account, it's an income. When you open your sales T account, you'll say under, so let's go with May 20.9, the first always balance brought down 300,000. So you do it like that. So you must always look if you have a trial balance at the beginning of the month or the year, and you must take those amounts and you must transpose them. Okay, fine. Let me just remove that. And okay. Then what are you gonna do next? It's not actually 4.6. It's still 4.8. Sorry, but you'll be asked for your accounting equation, your AOL. Accounting equation. or what you see as a AOL, right? You'll either get the full one, you'll either get the full AOL that has a debit side, a credit side, assets, owner's equity, liabilities, or you'll get the shortened version that only has assets, owner's equity, liabilities, okay? So know both of them. Remember this one here on the, what is this? On your right, you have to actually say debit bank or credit bank or credit sales, or whatever the case may be. Whereas the first one, the former, you just show bank, you just write bank on the debit side or the credit side. So that's the difference there. But you must always show me my pluses and minuses. And don't forget to say assets plus minus, owner's equity minus plus, liabilities minus plus. That helps you out to figure out how to actually do that stuff. Okay. Gonna remove that. Then what else? So you have journals, you have your journal, you have your trial balance, you have T accounts. Okay, I already said that. Okay, then you need to know these following calculations. Okay. You need to know how to calculate markup. Okay. You need to know how to calculate gross margin. You need to know how to calculate VAT. Okay. So with markup, obviously, you need to know how to calculate your cost of sales, your sales, your profit, maybe not, let me not write profit, let me not write it like that, let me write it like this actually. Okay, yeah, leave it like that actually, fine. Then with your VAT, you need to know how to calculate your exclusive amount, your VAT amount, and your inclusive amount, okay? So this is all markup, these three here, and then this is all VAT, right? So then you need to know where to take the amounts. So I wrote you like a guide over here. Where's my cursor? So you see the I here, and I explained it, where you put your inclusive amounts, where you put your VAT amounts, where you put the exclusive amounts. It's very important that you know where to put which amount. And it's also very important to know which amount you have, okay? So if they say VAT is included at 15%, you most likely have an inclusive amount. If they say plus VAT at 15%, you most likely have an exclusive amount. If at the top they say all amounts include VAT at 15%, inclusive of VAT at 15%, unless otherwise stated, then you most likely have inclusive amounts unless they otherwise state. So you need, so the reason for me saying you must practice, you must look out for these, these patterns, if you want to call them, to see how they call inclusive amounts, how they call exclusive amounts, so that when you're in the test, because in the test it's not about can you do your accounting or not, it's also do you have some sort of experience, and that is where the practice comes into play, where you will now learn how to spot inclusive amounts, exclusive amounts, cost prices, or selling prices, because you need to know what amounts you're looking at to know what to calculate. Because if you're looking at a sales amount and you think it's a cost of sales amount, you're going to calculate sales, but you already have sales. So you're not going to get your marks, is what I'm saying to you. So you need to know stuff like that, okay? The theory, as you would have seen in the first test, it counted about 25% of the paper, okay? So study your theory as well, but do know that if you are in a position where you don't necessarily have time to do both, I'd rather you choose to do your practicals. But if you're going to do your practicals, you need your VAT theory, okay? You need your VAT theory on pages 80 to 81. You need your accounting equation, your list of accounts, or whatever that was. I think it was on page 52. Let me just check, be sure. Yes, on page 52. You need your source documents table You need to know your source documents, guys. Remember your source document, receipts, credit invoices, credit notes. Right now you're dealing with cash invoices, so they're not going to affect you as much. But when you get to chapter 5, you need to already know this information. But I'm not saying it's not going to affect you as much. You must leave it alone. You need to still work on this. And obviously, all these page numbers are according to the pink book. I'm going to write the blue book pages just now. But I'm going to give you estimates because I'm not sure. 109, 110. Okay. Then, with the blue book, let's draw a line here. With the blue book, I think it's 75 or 4 to 76, okay? With your accounting equation, this is page 50. With your source documents, I think it's page 101 to 102. I could be wrong. It could be 100 to 101 or 102 to 103. But it's the first page of your chapter 4. It's that first table that you see there, okay? So these are the things you need to know, okay? So this is the bare minimum theory you must know, okay? The bare minimum. You must know what an asset is, what type of an asset you have. In cases where you get your fixed deposit and stuff like that, you need to know these things. You can't go without not knowing them. And I am going to share this spreadsheet with you today, okay? Also, you have an LAC session today. I didn't finish your ICE task, so I would advise you to study in that LAC session. Just study, okay? Your ICE task is going to come. I'm going to give you an ICE task. It's going to be on VC Learn. It's going to be very long, okay? It's going to be very long. It's going to seem very long. It is also going to be long, but it's going to be worth it. I want you to do it. I'm going to give you a submission date to do it. You guys write on the 24th. I will need time to mark, so I'll give you a deadline of say Monday or like Friday, one of the two. I'll probably give you Friday, but it doesn't necessarily matter because I will mark it. Well, if I give you Friday, I'll start marking on Monday. But I'm gonna give you that ICE task. Do your ICE task. But I want you to study because the ICE task is gonna look like, I'm gonna make the ICE task look like what the test will most probably look like. Okay. So it will be around the same, if not more difficult, because my ICE tasks tend to be more difficult than the actual test and exams. So just study so that you kind of get like is it in the blue book? What page is it? Oh, okay. I've already answered your question. Sorry, I didn't see your question. I just heard now. Blue book. Pink. So I'm gonna make it look like the test. So what I want from you guys is to study as if you're writing a test. Okay. I'm gonna give you about 2-3 days to hand it in. So it's a way of you seeing how you will do in the actual the actual test. So don't use your book. You can use your book to kind of like find things, I suppose, but try not to use your book. Try to see what will happen if you did it on your own. If you want to use your book, just use it for stuff like your VAT theory, but know your VAT theory and your accounting equation source documents. There is one thing I didn't write here. Okay, I'm gonna draw like a block here. Please remember the following: amount multiplied by what you want over what you have, right? Remember the table. So you have your markup table. So markup on cost price. Remember, okay, I don't know, I drew that line. Remember your cost price is always 100%, right? Then your markup on selling price or gross margin. Remember your selling price is always 100% because this one is based on selling price, all right? Then I'm gonna make this a bit smaller. Remember your markup formula. Markup is equal to profit over cost price multiplied by 100. Gross margin is equal to profit over selling price multiplied by 100. Remember, that also helps you with your markup conversion if you need to convert to a different markup. Okay, so it helps you stuff like that. All right, so all of this you'll obviously have on the sheet when you receive it. For me, I'm going to post it directly after our class. Just give me about 30 minutes. Something may come up, as it usually does. So we are not done with the work. So there by 4.8 on page 135 in the pink book, we just drafted the trial balance and we did the general ledgers. So we did all the way to number 5. Now, what I want you to do is the following. I want you to do number 6. So from the trial balance, and I'm going to show you the trial balance now. And I'm going to unzoom a bit so you can see the whole trial balance. Yeah, that's fine. I can take it up a bit, but that's the whole trial balance. Maybe it'll unzoom better. So from the trial balance, you need to determine the gross profit. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you need to determine the net profit. Okay, remember one thing, or not remember, but you know what gross profit is. Okay, I'm not sure if you know what gross profit is and what net profit is. To remove all of this, okay, maybe just this. Your gross profit is equal, I'm giving it away, but it's fine. Sales minus cost of sales. Your net profit is equal to gross profit plus other incomes minus expenses or other expenses. So obviously your sales and income, your expenses, your cost of sales is an expense. So these are the rest of them, other expenses. Okay. Then let me see. You need to calculate the weighted average markup percentage for May. Answer to the nearest 2 decimal places. So what they mean by weighted average is they mean that you need to take, if you need to calculate, I mean your calculation of markup, you know it's going to be profit over cost price. So you need to take all your profits over all your cost of sales amounts, basically. The same will be done with the number, what is this, number 8, where you need to calculate the weighted average gross margin or gross profit percentage for May. Okay, then after you're done with that, you're gonna do 3 AOLs. Okay, so this is number 8, 6, 7, 8. So number 9, IX. What I want from you, I want 3 AOLs, so 3 accounting equations. And the reason I say 3, I want 1 for your CBR transactions, and then I want 1 for your CBP transactions, and I want 1 for your PCJ transactions. So I want 3 AOLs. Okay, so this is gonna take you a while. So I would suggest you get started right now. Here's your AOL. Do the ones in the book right now, the questions that are actually in the book. So give me 6. Okay. So do everything that you see in your book, the questions, and then once you're done with that, you're gonna need to do your 3 AOLs. Then I'm gonna need to start moving to the CBP, CBR page, the CBP, and the PCJ. So we'll do that. We'll move around like that. Your break you will take your break at 10 minutes to 9, and then come back at 9. If you are done, please raise your hand. So that I can just note it down and see how many people are still busy so that we can move along. All right. If you have any questions, you can ask me, as you know. You can type them out, raise your hand, type them out. whatever you want to do, and get at it.
Okay. Ahora está bien. Russia. Russia.
Guys, I just wanted to say, when you're calculating your weighted average cost of weighted average markup and your weighted average gross margin, you need to use the figures that you see on your CBR. So I put your CBR over there, and yes, I'll fix that amount that you see that is wrong there and sales that is not showing. That's all I wanted to say.
I found it later, so I plugged into my account. Like my, I think something's wrong with my actual what's this number? What's this student number? So that's the one that when I tried to remove it, it just said something wrong. And you just got to school. Sitting in that container. It was only to the barcode and so we can't really change it. So I don't know, maybe the changing password didn't reflect on that also.
All right, that's more than enough time. Wait, I'm gonna close this. Don't close it. Minimize. Okay, I'm gonna do the corrections now. So the first one asks you, what is the gross profit? Just remove this and this, that. Okay. Number, let me see, from the trial balance. Okay. Number 6. First of all, the gross profit is going to be your sales figure. So sales minus cost of sales. So 36,608 Rand and 70 cents minus 28,292 Rand and 8 cents. And that gives us, where's my calculator? Sure, that whole calculator. Anyway, so 36,608.7 minus 28,292.08. That gives us 8,316 Rand and 62 cents. So I'm gonna write that down. Come on. 31662. So that's what our gross profit is, right? Why did I open 2 calculators? Okay. Then the next thing was our net profit. Remember I told you a net profit is your gross profit plus other incomes minus other expenses. Okay. So that's 800. So I'm going to do it on the screen because there's going to be a lot. And I'm just going to say equals here, and the answer is going to be in there. So I have 8,316 Rand, 0.62 cents. I'm going to add this. I'm also going to add that. And then I'm going to subtract in brackets this. Oh, wait. And sales again. How could I do that? And then I'm going to subtract everything else here. Okay, messed up that thing. Okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to get the sum of these real quick. What is going on here? Excel. And did it say equals? Okay. Here's my total expenses. So I'm going to say 8,316.62 plus 17 Rand and 50 cents minus 14,658 Rand and 5 cents and get the answer to that. Okay, calculator. Plus 17.5 minus 14,658.05. All right, so we made a loss, as you can see, of 6,300 to 3.93. So we made a net loss. Then the next thing to do, so there you have it. Then the next thing to do was to calculate the weighted average markup. Okay, so first things first, I have my profit, I have my sales, I have my cost of sales, and I put my CBR there and said you have to do it like that. You can do it however way you want. If you think about it, your sales and your cost of sales is a culmination of all your amounts. Okay, so my profit for markup, is profit over cost price, right? So my profit is 8,316 Rand and 62 cents. My cost price is 28,292 Rand and 8 cents. You need to fix what's in the textbook because what's in the textbook is a lie. All right. So we have 8316.62 divided by 28292.08 multiplied by 100. We have 29.3.4%. 29.4%. Forgot to multiply 100 there. Then gross margin, 8316 over sales, which is 36608.7 multiplied by 100. Okay, this is number 8. See now. 8316.62 divided by 36608.7 is equal to that amount multiplied by 100. 2272. Okay. 2272. 2%. So that's my gross margin. Okay. That is my gross margin, and that is my markup. Okay, my weighted average ones. All right. Then I said to you, let me see, there's a question here before I continue. This is on question 8, guys. I mean, I wrote them down on the board. Number 6. This is number 6. This is number 7, and this is number 8. If you look in your book under required, you will see them there. Number 6, 7, and 8, Roman numeral numbers, guys. I'm writing them on the board, as you can see. They match the book exactly the same. Okay, so now what I want you to do for homework, because we're ending the session here, I want you to do accounting equations for your CBP. So your CBR, so I want 3 separate ones. For your CBR, your CBP, and your PCJ. I want 3 different ones, okay? Don't forget this page. So your homework, and you can do this homework in your LAC session if you want. Complete the what the 3 accounting equations for the following journals: CBR, CBP, and PCJ, and balance or total them. And that's it, guys. That's our session for the day. That's your homework. Do it in your LAC session. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. If you have no questions, you're free to go. The session is over. Yes, yes. Please type your questions, Rishi and Prince, and then I'll just stand by and wait for your questions. This is on question 4.8, Rishi. Okay, I'm still waiting for the other two questions. You have an ISTAS that you've done before. I haven't, like I said, I haven't necessarily posted the next ISTAS as yet, but you will see it on your emails and in your announcements on your VC Learn. And my last question is from Tato, if Tato has a question. Oh, okay, that's fine then. All right, enjoy your day, guys, and I will see you the next time I see you. Good luck and study hard, and please prepare for that ISTAS. As I've already said, your test will be on what you see on the board, and the ISTAS will probably be this. I'm gonna create the ISTAS to be this. So if you don't study, the ISTAS will show you flames. If you do study, then you kind of start getting confidence in you writing this paper. All right. Have a lovely day, everyone. Remember, I'll be posting this on your VC Learn in a few minutes. All right. It's a pleasure. Bye.